Hey, what's cracking everyone? Carl Asami here, and I've got a little something different for you this week. I recently received a package from Limited Run Games. This is something I ordered back in November of 2019, and it's August of 2020, so this has been a long time coming. This is a brand new game from Spoony Bard Productions. You might remember them from some of the Eskimo Bob games that came out a year or two ago. Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl. This is something that's already been available on a number of platforms digitally, but I finally got myself a physical copy. But I didn't go for a PC version. I didn't even go for the Nintendo Switch version. This is for the original Nintendo. Check it out. It came in this very authentic box with a fresh coat of shrink wrap. I'm digging the box art here. It also came with this really cool holographic trading card. Look at that. Very, very pretty. Just think, this is a box copy. It's got a shrink wrap on. This could be worth a lot of money like 40 years from now. Maybe I should just kind of set this one aside, and hang on to it as a collectible item. Yeah, right. I buy games so I can play them, not so I can look at them. I went with the classic gray cartridge, although it was available in some other colors. Gotta go with the classic gray. It really takes me back to my childhood. It also came with a printed manual, something you never see in modern games these days. Check it out. Damn, does that take me back. They even included a little notes and memo section in the back of the book, just like all the old classic Nintendo games. Awesome. So unfortunately, we're getting ready to move right now, so the Nintendo's packed up and already out of the house. But because the game was delayed for so long, Limited Run Games went ahead and gave me a free copy on Steam, so we're gonna be playing that version for you. Check it. Alright, Max, it's the weekend. You ready to do some mall brawling?
I'm ready to brawl in the mall.
Right on, that's what I needed to hear. So I have already beaten this game at least once.
One player?
Yeah, one player mode. It was pretty challenging. One level in particular gave me a lot of problems, but it's definitely doable. Definitely not as hard as Battletoads for any of you who've played that game. So yeah, let's start a new game here and get some two-player action going.
All right.
It's Jay and Silent Bob. You can't have one without the other.
That's right. And I'm guessing I'm in control of Bob here.
The mall is veiled in darkness. Jay and Silent Bob have been tasked with sabotaging a cheesy game show on public access television. Having succeeded in their quest, our heroes must evade security and leave the mall. The Quick Stop was shedding its light silently.
This takes place after Mallrats.
Or during the events of Mallrats. Which was the follow-up to Clerks.
Yeah, it's part of the cinematic universe known as Sk-Universe, created by Kevin Smith. And it's a cinematic universe that's mostly made up of Jay and Silent Bob making small appearances or being prominent characters elsewhere in other movies, starting with Clerks.
Yeah, if you don't know who Jay and Silent Bob are, they're basically a couple of slacker drug dealers who like to hang out in front of a convenience store and constantly find themselves getting dragged into strange misadventures. Sometimes of biblical proportions, if you've ever seen Dogma, but yeah. those events aren't referenced much in this game.
Yeah, because those events haven't happened yet.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, in a follow-up game. It would be cool to see a game kind of based on the events of Dogma. There's a lot more action that goes on in that one.
Yeah, there's certainly more things at stake in that movie, as they're practically trying to save existence.
So as I mentioned before, this game, the gameplay is heavily inspired by the likes of River City Ransom and Double Dragon.
Yeah.
And at least in one section in particular, you've got a strong reference to the Battletoads series, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So it's a 2-button game for the most part. 1 button punches, 1 kicks. and then you press them both at the same time to perform a jump, and then you can follow up with a jump kick, obviously. Press forward twice real quickly, double tap, and you can do a running attack if you wish. Nice. Here we've got a reference to Clerks with the hockey players here.
Yeah.
The street hockey players.
Of course, there was also those kids in Dogma with the hockey sticks.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was also a thing.
Aw, we didn't get anything special on the barrels.
Yeah, I assume the barrels are a reference to the Final Fight series, which also prominently features barrels flying at you. Ooh, I need to pay attention here. I'm starting to get my butt kicked.
Oh, I wanted the sock.
So while the fighting mechanics are pretty bare bones, I mean, you can grapple enemies, you can, if you perform a good enough combo, you'll earn a star, which allows you to perform a special combo attack. With J, you do kind of this front spin kick combo kind of deal.
Darn it.
And Silent Bob will spin around like a windmill. Yeah, these guys, they die in one hit, but they move around erratically and really fast. Yeah, they are pretty
Didn't know they
annoying.
employed munchkins in this place.
Oof. Oh wow, I already died. I need to pay a little more attention here. Luckily, if you die, your health slowly regenerates, and then you get a chance to come back, as long as the other player survives.
So I gotta wait.
You gotta wait.
Ooh,
Get the chicken.
That's a trope that will never go away.
Yeah, you can't have a beat 'em up without slabs of meat to help heal you.
Meat, fruit, ice cream.
All the usuals.
Ooh, it's silent here.
That's how you know a boss battle's coming. Go ahead and pick that up. It's a sock filled with quarters. It's one of the strongest weapons in the game.
Alright, what?
Ooh. So this is, of course, the villain from Mallrats. I forget the actor's name, but you might know him from his appearance in the Walking Dead series as Merle. Ooh. Yeah, but before he was famous for that role, he was kind of a reliable character actor who would pop up here and there.
Usually playing some type of hard-boiled character.
Yeah. His first appearance was in an independent film where he played as a serial killer. I forget the name of that movie, but he does a very good...
Nooch.
Yeah. Snooch to the Nooch.
Quarters to the Dome Palace.
So we haven't left the mall yet. We've got a ways to go. These skateboard guys are really annoying as well, but you can pick up the skateboard to use as a weapon. That's one thing I wish they didn't do in this game. When you move on to separate screens, your weapons disappear. Which is something they did a lot in the Double Dragon series.
Yeah, I've always wondered why. I wonder if there was some kind of limitation to how many sprites they can use on screen.
I think they're just jerks. They're making games hard for the sake of being hard.
Got the little arm spin move like Hager.
Yep. So if you don't know, they are making another Jay and Silent Bob game right now that's also a beat 'em up. That's using much more modern graphics in a digitally painted art style.
It's gonna be
this game was kind of a companion piece to that game. They wanted something, because I think that was a kickstarted game, and they wanted something else for people to look forward to. And they realized they could pump out a game like this rather quickly, so they contacted Spoony Bard Productions, and the rest is history. Ooh, get out of there, you're gonna get surrounded.
Yeah, And so this is the third game made by Spoony Bard Entertainment?
Yeah, I think so. If you don't count, I think he probably worked on some Flash game projects beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, the Eskimo Bob games were, I think, the first kind of official serious releases from them. And by them, I mean I think it's basically one guy who's programmed.
One or two people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really surprised the first time I saw an Eskimo Bob game actually be made for the Nintendo.
Yeah, Eskimo Bob was a character that came from the Newgrounds website back in the day, back in the 90s. I don't know how popular he is these days. Probably not very, but go ahead and get that lunchbox. Go for it.
That's right. I need it. Feel my girth. Of course, these days, Kevin Smith had to alter his diet after his heart attack from years back.
Yeah, he came very close to dying just a couple years ago. Massive heart attack, but yeah, he's living a much healthier life these days. He's lost a lot of weight. I'm glad he came out of that okay, because no one wants to see anyone die of a heart attack. That's for sure.
I mean, there was a point when both of the actors were kind of going through their own health problems.
Yeah, with Jason Mewes, of course, having drug issues off and on.
Oh, you should get the hammer.
So you can actually beat up that old woman, but then she runs off and you don't get any item drops. So
yeah,
it's best to leave her alone.
Not like the thieving gnomes from Golden Axe, in which you do have to beat them up. I'm sure a lot of people did that the first time they saw the old lady.
Well, it makes sense, you know. My instincts are, of course, to beat up the elderly when I see them, but you gotta resist those urges.
Oh, another full quarters. Who are we fighting this time?
Patrick Swayze. And yes, that is supposed to be Patrick Swayze, I believe.
Oh man.
So this boss can be kind of difficult because you have to get him off the horse first, and that requires quite a few jump kicks to do, and to get the timing right is a little difficult because he's constantly jumping at you. Let's see if I can... Yeah, if we can get him in a pattern, it's not too bad, but...
Man.
I have more experience playing this one player, so it is a little... The AI routines are a little different.
Maybe we should be on the same plane here so we can time these jump kicks.
Okay, got him once. Got him twice. Thrice. I'm not sure how many kicks it requires.
Yeah, it seems to be mostly going after you.
Okay, I think we've got him in a pattern here. Ah!
Okay.
I didn't realize you were so low on health, otherwise...
Dash in from behind and aim for the rider.
Well, that's our first restart here.
And our first tip.
And like any good Nintendo game...
You start from the very
beginning of the level, because screw you, right? I was really hoping we wouldn't have to replay level 2, because it's level 3 really that I think we're gonna get stuck. And you'll see why. This is probably gonna be a checkout video and not a let's play video, just because of the difficulty in level 3, and I don't have the patience and the time right now to get through that. But it's a short game, so we may do a let's play at some point.
I mean, how long is it compared to River City Ransom?
I want to say it's definitely a little shorter than that game.
Yeah, since that one had RPG elements.
Yeah, this one really doesn't have RPG elements. It's more of a straight up beat 'em up.
That's fine. Oh,
it's the Rug Munchers. A lot of crude humor in the Kevin Smith universe. So Max, what's your favorite Kevin Smith movie? He's got quite a few. I have a feeling your answer is going to be the same as mine, but
I like the 2 Clerks movie. I have a soft spot for Dogma, and I mean, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, that was probably the first movie we actually saw of them. I don't know how that happened, but
well, there had been kind of it had been a while, or when that movie had come out, there weren't a lot of like successful stoner comedies coming out anymore. There'd been Cheech and Chong, of course, and Half Baked, but
yeah, I guess the early 2000s was kind of the tail end of that craze.
yeah. And Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back certainly did a great job filling that little niche. Yeah, I would say Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, that's probably my favorite Kevin Smith movie, but Dogma's great. Of course, you know, Mallrats and Clerks are awesome. Let's see what else. Chasing Amy's pretty good for what it's very different.
A bit more drama in that one.
Yeah, that one's definitely a lot more grounded in reality compared to Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back or Dogma.
I like to think about Dogma, I guess, because George Carlin is in that movie as a preacher. And just seeing him cast as such is funny to me.
Yeah, George Carlin as a preacher. That was a good casting choice right there.
He was very critical of religion, to say the least.
We'll leave it at that.
Alright, let's try this Dark Horse again. I don't think we'll be able to ambush him from behind, but
if you can get him as he ricochets off the side, I don't think he can do the jump attack. That's my theory, at least. We'll see how that goes. Oh, nice. I think once you get him down to about half health, then he dismounts from the horse. Shoot. Wow. I just cannot get the timing right suddenly. Here we go. What? Okay, there goes my theory. He gets much easier once he's off the horse. Wow. Right. Hold on. You're getting stuck in a pattern, Max. You gotta get out of there.
yeah. Can't seem to jump high enough before he can buck me.
I'm gonna wait for your health to regenerate here.
How long does it take for the game to allow me to get back in?
I've never timed it. Probably about a minute, I would imagine. So what's your favorite Patrick Swayze movie?
I'm not very good at my movie trivia here. I don't know the last time I saw a Patrick Swayze movie.
Oh god. There we go, there we go. Okay, let's surround him.
Hey, punk. Oh, that was an awesome move there.
Snooch to the nooch.
Alright, one more level here.
Yeah, this is the level that I don't think we're going to be completing today, because like I said, there's a very difficult section coming up that I don't think we're going to be able to beat, as it requires level memorization, and I don't think we have enough time to do that right now.
So
I do really like the song in this level. It's very River City Ransom-esque.
Yeah, it's got those rock blue chords going.
Yeah.
Like you see in a lot of these songs. So, when is the last time you've been in a Giant's shopping mall?
Oh, it's been a while. For you kids out there who might not know what a mall is, we probably should have covered this at the beginning, but a mall, you know how today when you want to buy something, you go on Amazon.com and you order it and it's delivered to your day, or it's delivered to your house in like a couple of days? Well, when we were kids, instead of going on the computer, you would go to a complex that was filled with shopping centers and stores, and you would peruse these different stores and just hope to God that they have what you're looking for. And then you would physically buy it and have to drive home and take it home that way. So, times have really changed.
Yeah. Nowadays you don't even have to interact with anyone unless they screw up your order.
Yeah, the American Mall, shoot, that's definitely kind of a dying industry right now.
Yeah.
But it used to be like the best place in the world, right? Because you could find whatever you needed. There was all these fun, entertaining things to do. Arcades, of course, were very prominent at the mall. So if you were a video gamer back in the day, you would go to the mall all the time to either buy new games or to play the latest and greatest arcade games.
I am beating up a rabbit with a roll of quarters. Is that a cow?
It's Mooby.
Oh yeah! Mooby the happy cow!
Yeah. Okay, so this is why this level in particular is so hard. We're going to be doing a shopping cart sequence, which is a throwback to the hover bike sequences in the Battletoads series.
Oh boy.
And if you know anything about those games, you know that this is going to be hella hard.
So I really need to pay attention then. Okay, puddles, banana peels,
Oh, whoops.
barrels.
Oh, it gets much, much worse.
How so?
And I have found this section lags a little bit at times too. It doesn't in window mode though. It only seems to do it in full screen, which makes it even harder.
They even got the little checkpoints from Battletoads.
Yeah.
Well, so far so good.
I'm not even sure what those are supposed to be. Little RC cars or something.
Oh, old ladies. Have to dodge those too. Darn it. Okay,
They're after they're trying to find the pharmacy, I think. If I can stay alive long enough, Max will come back and hopefully keep us going.
So does this game actually save your progress even after you've run out continues?
I mean, I think you have to play the whole level again.
Oh, I'm
basically.
back. Ah, now I'm running over babies. Seriously, people, don't run over babies.
Alright, Max, you gotta stay alive.
Ah, you did that on purpose.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, that was an accident.
Yeah, you can't jump over the people, but
Wow, they really don't give you room to dodge.
that's what I was saying earlier. How you kind of
Oh, and there's the nuns.
have to memorize the level to be effective at it. It's all the zigzagging characters like the nuns and the woman with the baby where it gets really, really hard.
I am watching the patterns. You don't give me time to look for them.
And honestly, some of the patterns don't make sense to me at all, especially later in that stage. We'll give it one more try and we'll see if we can do it. I think we were a little bit more than halfway through that sequence. It's pretty long. Honestly, the biggest criticism you'll see for this game is that section there. A lot of reviewers felt it was a little too difficult, and honestly, I kind of tend to agree with them.
Yeah, I never liked the hover bike sections in Double Dragon. In Battletoads anyway, so... I don't know. They probably added it in here just to tick us off, because they knew it would make people mad.
Yeah.
But also it seemed necessary to put in a old school beat 'em up.
I don't think we mentioned last time, but this guy is clearly a reference to a Bobo from the Double Dragon series. He is a Dobo.
Oh yeah, I see the sign up there.
Yeah. I thought that was a cute reference.
Yeah. And of course, a Bobo most famously got his own fan-made game in the early 2000s, I think it was.
I've never played it. I've heard it's pretty good though.
Yeah. So, I think after Mall Madness, we might have to take a break from beat 'em ups for a little bit.
You're right. We have been playing a lot of them as of late. It wasn't intentional. It just kind of worked out that way.
You know, wouldn't it be hard to fight in a giant animal costume?
I imagine so.
Alright, you ready for this?
Hold on. Let me take a deep breath here. Alright, let's do this.
Alright, let's do this quick.
This first part's not too bad, I say as I hit a freaking banana pill, but you want to avoid the puddles and jump over the bananas. And the barrels.
This mall is just open for a lawsuit.
Yeah, this is part of the reason why you don't see malls so much anymore, is they're really dangerous places.
Yeah.
People are always getting into fights. You've got barrels and banana peels everywhere, puddles of water. If you're lucky, you could sue. Oh god. I don't remember the moving fruit carts so much. Not bad. Oh no, we should have hit that. I forget, if you jump over that checkpoint, you don't get a health bonus. But they put the ramp right there, and of course your instinct is to hit the ramp so you can jump over obstacles. So it's best to just avoid the ramps altogether, if possible. I find the woman with the baby is easier to dodge if you're near the center of the screen because of their zigzag pattern.
They should really put lanes on these malls.
Trying to socially distance here, they're making it hard.
Now the nuns are messing with us.
This is not good.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get past this today.
Well, that's okay. I think everyone at least has got an idea of what kind of a game this is. I will say the game gets a lot better after this level, and I'm sorry that we couldn't show it to you today, but maybe next week if I have the time, I'll get through this level and then you guys can see some of the later levels, because there's some really creative boss fights that are actually really fun to play against.
There's a lot more callbacks.
Yeah, a lot more references to other Kevin Smith projects. But yeah, that was Mall Brawl. I definitely recommend it to people who are fans of old school beat 'em ups on the original Nintendo. It is basically, yeah, just a very polished Nintendo game.
And you can get it on Windows, Nintendo Switch, and you can get a physical copy for a limited time on the actual Nintendo NES Entertainment System.
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to trying that once we actually, finish moving and can set up our retro gaming room again.
Yeah. Well, that's it for now. I'm Max Cal, he's Carl Asami, and remember, no loitering.
Snooch to the booch.